Hey guys, Chip here. I've got a new version of KitOps to share with you. It's version 3.1.4. I'm going to call it version Pi 3.14. And it's got some new features that I want to share. First off, we render materials a little differently now. Let's take a look at some of those. If you look at materials now, we have this new material ball that we're using. Let's go to the metal so you can see how that works. These are the materials that come with KitOps. It's got a pretty cool new thumbnail rendering engine that we will definitely talk about. The other thing that we have is different ways of storing things. For instance, let's go into this plastic right here. See, I'll just render this. We can create an object insert, but now we can create geonode inserts and shader node inserts. And also now we create different thumbnails. So let me show what I'm talking about. So let's go in and let's grab this advanced hero dirty material right here. I'm going to add that material to this cube, and you can see that if you look at it, so it's got this, basically it's a shader node group. If I tab into it, this group's got more node groups. And I tab into these, they've got more node groups. So anyway, so you kind of get the idea that there are a lot of node groups here. And if I want, I can just, go to whatever, let's go plastic, and I can right click and say KitOps, and we want to create the shader nodes insert. So it'll do that. And it's going to grab all those node groups from the selected object, and it's going to create this little shader node group. So now I'm back into a brand new scene, and I can add the shader node insert. So now it just means that it's inside the scene. So if I go in here and Shift A and say group, and I look for that hero one and drop it in there, you'll see that we've just added that directly into the scene for this guy. And so if I go into here and say cutters, or let's go into shapers and grab some of these guys, add insert, and let's go in. So we can just move them around any way we want to. Scale them down, maybe like this, hold the shift key down, move it over here. And maybe up here as well. That's enough, we'll do that. So that's the way we can quickly generate surfaces. We can do the same thing with geometry nodes as well. Let's talk about that. So I'll grab this one right here, and I'm gonna just add the insert there, move it over here, and right click on it, plastic, KitOps, create geometry node insert. It's going to render a thumbnail for us with that on it. There it is. And now I can say file new. Actually, let's do a new file, new general. Don't save. We'll just try that out. And then we'll come in here and grab the geometry node insert, which is this one, and add that to the scene. Then I can go in here and say, let's add a modifier, geometry nodes, and let's choose the cables. You can see it's created that. I've kind of made that into a bunch of cables, and I can start moving these things around, the number of them around, and spread. And if I tab into this and say, let's delete that face and that face, say X, only faces, and then 2, X, only edges. So you kind of see what we're doing. You can do some interesting things by just having a collection of geometry nodes and a collection of shaders. Let's go in here and apply all. And now, this is a mesh, and I want to just right click on it and say, KitOps, create object insert, like we've always done, using the object origin, which is at the bottom. That means when we add it, it'll actually add to the surface of whatever we're trying to add it to. And it's going to render a new thumbnail for us. Now we have a new feature in our factory modes. If we go in here and say, edit the insert, we open up a brand new window. So we have both, right? So we have this and this one here. We can go in here now and go to KitOps. This is our factory mode. I can open the thumbnail scene, which is a new scene. It'll take a minute to load all the files. I can move it around, move the camera to the insert. So it make sure it fits. And then I can choose EEVEE if I want to render this. And I can also choose the viewport. So check this out. So I can go in here and say solid. So I can render it this way to overlays if I want. And I can turn on X-ray mode, but I don't want to do that. So then there's render thumbnail. And now we're back to our scene. Now, if I close this, I don't need to save because the thumbnail is saved. I'll refresh here. And now you can see that that's our new thumbnail. That's another cool feature where you can create OpenGL thumbnails if you want to, or Vulkan or whatever. Those are the features of the new version. It has not been beta tested a lot. So if you run into problems, please jump on Discord and let us know so we can get them fixed as soon as possible. It should be more compatible with the 4.5s. And we're doing some compatibility tests with this on 5.0. I don't think there's going to be much problem, but we're not fully finished with it yet. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you online.